Hey guys, it's Militus, and I just wanted to take some time to explain the Warrior Souls. I'm here in Glowwood farming my foraging and my apothecary right now for my guild raid later on tonight. But I would like to, I've been getting some people to tell me to make a YouTube video and say, explain Warrior Souls, what's best combos. I know most people know which soul does what and whatever, but people have been telling me, hey, what's the best combo for this, this, and that, survival, tanking with healing, whatever. I'm going to start out with a basic tanking PvE spec. I'm mostly a PvE tank, but I do have a PvP tank spec and also a DPS spec as my very off spec. My first spec that I'm going to explain is 32 Paladins. You can see my main soul in my second branch over here. You can see a Reaver, 12, and in my third one all the way on the right is 22 Warlord. The benefits for this soul combination is in 32 in the Paladin you mostly get your taunts, your AoE threat. The thing about Warlord is you get a nice Sergeant's. It's called Sergeant's Order. What it does is it brings in a caster. Say if you were to pull a group of people, and it brings in the caster, so your AoE aggro from the Pally tree can keep its aggro on it. The thing about Reaver is you will get something called Plague Binder. You will get damage reduction, plus you'll get more threat from the dots you spread with Plague Bringer. Plague Bringer spreads your things such as Soul Sickness, Blood Fever, and your main threats on Necrotic Wounds. With this combo, this is in my opinion, the best PvE combo spec right now. So that's what I suggest. The Paladin 32, Reaver 12, and 22 and Warlord. Set it up however you want, do whatever. For PvP, this is a PvP tank spec. Not for everybody, but for PvP tank. It'd be 47 Warlord in my third tree. Second, 11 Reaver, and in my third, 8 Paladin. For PvP tank, this is great because it's great support for your other people in your battleground. Plus, it gives you calls, healing, and even a great amount of avoidance, even a little bit of damage. But mostly support. The thing about 8 in Paladin is you get Touch of Life, which is a full heal. Fills you full up. It's a 10-minute cooldown, but still it is very, very, very useful. The thing about a Reaver is you'll get your little bit of healing, your dot spreads, and damage reduction when you go to a certain amount of health. The next spec that I would talk about is for DPS. Okay, this isn't what Riftblade. The only reason I did Riftblade is because in most fights when I do damage, they say go ranged. Just because on most fights in Rift at the moment, ranged is easier to play on some bosses. Don't get me wrong, not on every boss, but on most to none. This is, I threw the spec together, but I didn't spend nearly as much as the other two, but it still is a legitimate spec. It's 51 Riftblade, 10 in my secondary spec champion, and 5 in my Reaver spec. Okay, I only went 5 in Reavers for my 2 dots, Soul, Blood Fever, and for my passive move. My passive move is Gift of the Reaver. Increases the health by a little bit, but this Riftblade spec is mostly, it can be used for PvP and PvE. It's for both. The reason I went 10 in champion, let me go to the tree. The reason I went 10 in champion is for mostly for my pairing moves, so I could use Bull Rush in combat and even more buffs. So this is a good PvE/PvP comp if you just want to have one soul for both. Now, if you want it to be melee damage, on the other hand, let me scroll up to the previews. If you want it to be melee damage, on the other hand, you could be, I would suggest Beastmaster, Champion, and Paragon. The reason I suggest Champion, I say you go up into Champion and get Titan Strike with as many or to less moves as you can get. This enables you to go up to Beastmaster, don't get the last move, or maybe not even the second. It's your choice if you want to heal or not. When you go up into there, try to get there as quick as possible and get the moves that are most necessary. If you want to go back and fill in the things you want, and in Paragon, go up to how many points you have left over. It does not matter if you have 10, 8, 6, it does not matter. But this is mostly a PvE combo. You want to go up to there, and you should be good. Okay, guys, thanks for listening. It's Miltis, and I'll have more warrior tips next week.